Buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches. Buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches. Buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, my people. And at whatever time it is that you are listening to this. Today is Monday, October 10th, and it is 2 p.m. I did not forget about podcast day, of course, and that is why I'm here. I am here, I am here, I am here, I am present, I am here, I'm showing up, and I am actually showing up. So I wanted to just, catch up with y'all and see how everything's going. It's not like you guys actually talk back to me, though. I do hope that by the time y'all get this, everything is going good. So I did have an update on the apartment that I applied for, and unfortunately we got denied. So there's no apartment as of yet still. I'm trying to find other places that I can apply to. It's hard though, because either has to be wheelchair accessible or first floor, and it's hasn't been easy to actually find, and it's just frustrating. I really was hoping this apartment would have went through because it was definitely affordable within my range, but due to that rent debt, it got denied. And that just makes it a lot more frustrating. That and the rental history, because we don't really have a rental history. Being from Connecticut, they don't do rental history like they do down here. You just pay your rent and call it a day. You don't even fill out an application. You just pay your rent and call it a day. But whatever, it is what it is. Hoping that, with God's help, we'll find something soon, because it's going to be expensive to maintain this place. I am still trying to figure myself out with the new stressors, which are different than the old stressors. So the old stressors obviously are not relevant anymore. But I got to find out how to show up with the new ones. Like, from making sure there's nothing on the floor or the beds, so that when housekeeping wants to come, they can actually do the housekeeping. Then we do still have to go through our stuff to figure out what we're going to put into storage, and then figure out how the heck we're going to get it to storage, so that we can try to diminish some of the stuff that we have in here. And I am homeschooling my preschooler, but I have to start homeschooling my oldest. She is still trying to catch up with her school. It's been on and off thing because of everything we've been dealing with. I didn't even realize how much time actually went by, so we're kind of behind on that, and we have to get our task back on that. But I was also going to attempt to create my course today. So I've come up with the idea of creating a social media content course, mainly covering MetaSuite. And MetaSuite does allow you to post with Instagram, Facebook, and Facebook group all at one time. So it just makes it easy for you to schedule it. That's one new thing I'm working on. At the same time that we got our call saying that the apartment was denied, I got a call for a potential client. So I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen with that. And if I do get this potential client, that'll be awesome, because I'm in need of the income. And I love doing what I do. Like, I genuinely love being a life coach. Like, don't get me wrong. My background is mainly as a teacher. So I used to be a paraprofessional for 3 years. Then I became a head preschool teacher for a while. Then I was a head toddler teacher for a while. So I've always done teaching, you can say. I've tutored as well, kids from ESL students. I've tutored them to help them bring up their grades so that they can understand their work and things like that. It's always been a teaching background. My associate, it's in early childhood. I'm trying to finish my bachelor's. It's still not going how I want it to, because I still want to get my certification to become a teacher, just for me to have it, I guess you can say. Plus, I wouldn't mind going back to tutoring, but being certified would allow me to, tutor at a higher price. Plus, I'd have my knowledge and my experience. Plus, I just have the credentials, so it just makes it easier to find clients. But life coach, what can I say? It brings the best of both worlds. So it brings in income that I need, but it also brings in the satisfaction of helping others. Like, I need you guys to really understand how satisfying that is. Like, it's just rewarding within itself. Like, I don't even look at it as work. I don't even get irritated when I have to go meet with my clients. I don't get frustrated. I don't get stressed out. I'm like so calm, cool, and collective and ready to just work. And I love having my sessions with them. Like, I learn something new every day. And I've learned something new every time I'm in my sessions. I learn something about me. I learn something about my clients. And then just seeing them, like, grow, it's like a proud mommy moment, even though they're not your children. But it really is like a proud mommy moment. Like, I get satisfaction and enjoyment out of it. I get to help other people. You know what I'm saying? I really get to help other people. And that is such an amazing feeling. Like, I don't know how to put it into words. It gives me meaning. It gives me life. It shows me I am destined for bigger things. I'm destined for greater things. Like, it just signs that for me. Like, it really just writes it on the walls, and it's written, and it's true, and you're doing it. And like, my platforms, I want to educate. You know what I'm saying? I want people to know, okay, having mental illness is not the end of the world. Having autism is not the end of the world because my kids are autistic. Like, you define how things show up within you, and that is how you actually show up, okay? And I know I've said this plenty of times before. It's taken me a really long time to live within my truth. But in order for me to do that, I had to acknowledge and accept that I had mental health. I had to acknowledge and accept that I have mental illness. I have to acknowledge and accept that I don't see things the same way everybody else does. And I may not feel things the same way everybody else does. But being a life coach, none of my disabilities are a factor. And it's not any type of stress. Contrary, being able to help other people how I wish I could have been helped, providing them that support, that accountability, that cheering them on when they need it is like so gratifying. And at the same time, I get to make income. I get to actually enjoy my job. I get to thoroughly love my job. Now, it's been hard trying to find clients. It's been very difficult. I'm not going to lie. It's not an easy task. That's why I reach out to you guys as my platforms, and I offer my services and hope that you guys would book, a session with me, send me an email, or just book on my calendar, just go to my website, which I should probably tell you all these things instead of just saying it. So my email is Lynette, LINETTE, at coachingwithlynetteH.com. My website is coachingwithlynetteH.com. So you guys can find my calendar link up there as well. You can also find my free course right now, which is What is Your Truth? It is still free at the moment. I have still not changed it to paid. What else? I think that's it on the contacts. So yeah, I love what I do. Like, getting that potential client's call today, she must have seen it on Google or on Yelp, but I resonated with this potential client because we have similar background with our conditions, and it was like, wow, I get to actually help somebody else like me, if she signs up. And that is such an amazing feeling. Like, it's gratifying. I don't even know how else to put it. It is very gratifying. Like, being out in these streets and trying to survive and trying to run 2 businesses and trying to run all these platforms while being in one room with all 3 of my kids, and then having to deal with whatever triggers they may cause if I'm trying to record, or if I'm trying to do something, or if I'm seeing a client. Like, all of that becomes so minimal when I'm in my sessions, and it becomes so minimal when I'm wearing my life coach hat. Like, none of it matters. None of it is relevant. I get to bask in helping somebody. I get to bask in acknowledging their wins and being extremely happy for them and knowing that they're okay and knowing that everything is going to work out and knowing that, you know what I'm saying, every progress we have been working towards, we're getting there. Like, it's so gratifying. Like, it is so gratifying. Matter of fact, let's try to compare it to, let's say you're really craving something all day and you've been wanting it, but you have to wait until you can get it, and then you finally get what you're craving. And you take that first bite and you're just like, this is so good. That's exactly what life coaching is for me. Sorry for comparing it to food, people, but I couldn't think of something else off the top of my dome. But that is exactly what coaching does for me, and that is exactly what it is for me. Like, it is just so gratifying. Whew, so hopefully this client will turn into an actual client and not just be a potential client. But I am extremely, like, just hyped. Like, it didn't even let the bad news be a weight on my shoulders. Okay, this place didn't work out. Maybe it wasn't meant to be for us. If y'all see, my shirt is inside out, but I refuse to fix it because deodorant was already put on and it's on the other side now, so there's just no point. But I had to share that with you guys because life coaching has really changed my life. I don't know if you guys have been following my content for a while now, or if you're just new to my content. If you are new to my content, welcome. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you can support by liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, following, wherever you are watching this or listening to this, I would greatly appreciate your support. My kids would appreciate your support as well, because I'm transparent when I say I'm trying to have my accounts become monetized so that I can have residual income. I mean, trying to live in an extended stay is not cheap. It's cheaper to have an apartment than to actually live in an extended stay. So I don't know if it's meant for us to stay in the state that we're in, or if we should be looking to move outside of here, because it has become harder and harder to try to find a place. But the other problem would be, how am I going to move myself and my kids? Like, how am I going to move my wheelchair? Like, it's just a lot. It's a lot into everything, and my life is not where I would like for it to be. But my parenting has improved so drastically. Now, don't get me wrong. I've always been about my kids. My kids have been my world always, from day one, from the time they entered into this earth. So I've been a parent for 20 years. And I've always put my children first. I've made some errors and some mistakes, and I've parented how my parent parented me, and that was not the best parenting in the world. I've yelled, I've screamed, I've said harsh things that I shouldn't have, harsh things that my kids didn't deserve to hear or see or anything like that. But that's how I was brought up. And at one point, I really thought that was parenting, until I started to realize that is not how I want to be as a parent. Not at all. And then throughout the years, I've been more mindful of the things that come out of my mouth. I try not to let my bipolar or my PTSD or my depression or anything speak for me. I try to make sure that I speak for myself. But it was a struggle doing that and trying to do, job and school and the kids and school and their conditions, and still not knowing what is going on, because it was like a hit or miss with my kids, my two oldest especially, because my kids are 20, 13, and 4. But it just, ever since I've entered the world of life coaching, and ever since I've entered the world of living my truth and how my truth shows up within me, I've become a way better parent. I just wish that what I did in the past, I'd be able to do now, so that I can actually enjoy my kids more. But being in a wheelchair now, it limits my ability to be able to do a lot of things. Like, I want to go back to being that mom that can go play with them at the playground. Run around with them and duck, goose and hide and seek and tag and all these things. I mean, you can kind of say we can still kind of do it, but I'm limited. You know what I'm saying? Let's be realistic. I'm limited. But I am a better parent now than I was back then. The crazy part is, I don't feel like I am, but I know that I am. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Hold on. coming, y'all. I'm coming. I gotta wheel back. It's hard to wheel back when you ain't got no rear view mirror. I'm coming. Oops. 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 I don't want to wheel over the headphones. Okay, they're over there. Sorry, you guys. Beva had gone to Dollar Tree. She came back and she didn't have a room key, so I had to go open the door for her. Sorry, I didn't want to make this into 2 separate videos, so instead of just stopping you guys, I just, left y'all in silence for a second. My apologies, but I'm back. But I wish I could be that parent that I was, physically in the past, like I was saying. But I'm a better parent now in the sense of that I talk to my kids how I wish that I would have been spoken to. Unless the mental illness rears in and I don't catch it, then bam, I'm stuck. I'm screwed. You know what I'm saying? I gotta repair the damage that I've caused. But I do talk to my kids. Like, if any of that does happen, let's say, I will talk to them. Like, I'll feel horrible about it. I'll beat myself up mentally and emotionally. I will literally put myself through the ringer. And then I'll be like, you didn't want to be like her, so why are you acting like her? You don't want, your kids to have the issues that you have, so why are you putting them through the same similar things? So I've learned to sit down and talk to them and say, hey, listen, something must have triggered me. I didn't realize it. My apologies. I messed up. No, that was not okay. No, this was not acceptable. Or no, I shouldn't have said this. Or no, whatever. But my kids, can I get one? This is for you. Oh, but my kids know, and I'm kind of hungry. All right, but my kids know my heart. Like, they know that they're my world. They know that I would give the shirt off my back for them. Like, they know, I just dropped the lighter. They know that I'll try to do the best that I can for them. However that may be, and I'm always going to put them before I put me, hence why I'm in a wheelchair. My teeth are all messed up. But I'm a better parent now. Beba, do you think I'm a better parent now?
Uh-huh. But you were always a really outstanding parent.
See, I don't listen to her. No, I wasn't. Don't listen to her. She don't know what she's talking about.
You could just be like one of those parents that don't bother explaining why you blow up. But you always explain to us afterwards why you blow up. Yeah, our feelings may be hurt, but some parents just let the children go through that emotion thinking it's the right thing. Nah, you just yelled at them for something that they don't even know why. You at least explain it to us, whether we have mentals or not. It still helps to explain things, because then you're not just feeling, all right, it's all my fault, and then you don't want your parent to be mad. Or that involves the kids that are like in the schools for the behavioral problem. That's because no one ever taught them or never talked to them and told them, okay, you did this and this is why it's wrong. They never sat down and actually explained what they did wrong. They only just said you were in trouble because you weren't supposed to do da-da-da-da, but they didn't say exactly what it is.
Okay, so I guess according to her, I was always a good mom. According to me, I was not. I mean, I did a lot more things with my kids back then because we had the means of transportation and I wasn't in a wheelchair. That just made life easier. But now with the wheelchair and the means being a problem and not having transportation, I'm not able to do the things I would like to do, which is why I throw myself so much into work and trying to find the ideal clients, because I want to be able to provide my kids way better. You know what I'm saying? I definitely do. And I do feel like I'm a better parent now than what I was in the past. But she is right. I've always talked to them. You know, whether I'm mad, angry, sad, or frustrated, or stressed out, or overwhelmed, I would always tell them. If I was having a bad day, I would wake up and let them know, hey, today's not a good day. So can you not try to push my buttons? Can you try not to try not to get me, riled up so that I don't accidentally do or say something that I don't want to. I've always been vocal with them because I don't look at my kids as kids. I look at them as mini adults, and they're just waiting for their bodies and the rest of them to catch up to them being an adult. So I've always spoken to them as adults. I feel like that gives us a strong relationship and a strong bond because I don't ever diminish you know what I'm saying, their thoughts, their feelings, or their emotions. Like, even right now, when my 4-year-old will have a tantrum or a meltdown, I always tell her, can you please stop crying? You're not bleeding, and there's nothing broken or, like, hurt on your body. It's okay to be sad, and it's okay to want something and not be able to get it, but the tears should really only be saved, if possible, for when you're actually bleeding or something is genuinely hurting on your body. I don't want her to feel like I think her feelings I'm belittling her feelings. I don't ever want her to feel like that, or any of my kids. So that's why I usually kind of, like, because crying will sometimes trigger me very badly, and I know that because I've my whole life just shedded tears, and it triggers me for some reason because I associate tears with a horrible parent and a horrible scenario and things like that, even though I know that's not the case, but that's just the way my mental health is, and I know this. And because I know this, I don't live in denial about it. I will just be, front. I'll be honest about it. I don't live in denial. Like, I really don't. I cannot afford to live in denial. But being a life coach, it's just a gratifying feeling. It really is. It's very gratifying. Is that the right word? I feel like I'm not saying it right. Now I don't know. But yeah, y'all, the apartment didn't go through. So can y'all send some prayers up for us, for you prayer warriors, to help us try to find this, the ideal place that we're supposed to be residing at, and for us to be able to find ideal clients so that I can coach and continue to do what I love, because I have a passion for it. I have a genuine passion for it. Like, it is just so satisfying. Like, I enjoy it. I enjoy my job. I enjoy what I do. I really do. And I've never known that feeling. Like, don't get me wrong, I've enjoyed teaching. I've always had, a passion for kids and teaching and being an educator, but this is different. This is like a completely different passion. This is just, it's like a hobby. Like, if I didn't have any income, if I didn't have any financial problems, I would probably see myself doing it for free. And that's not a good thing, because, we have to survive. But that's how much I love it. Like, that's just, it's not work to me. It's me getting to help a soon-to-be good friend. You know what I mean? Like, it's satisfying. It really is. If you guys want to see how satisfying it is and how good I am, book a free call. Book a free call with me. You never know how I can help you. You never even know if you can benefit from it. And not just that, a lot of people out there don't even know what a life coach is or what they do. And can't knock something that you don't know. Like, when you go to a restaurant and you've never been there before and you try something new, it's the same thing as with a life coach. That's why we do the free discovery calls. It's not because we're not worth it, or it's not because we don't give results. It's because we have to make sure that, one, you actually need one in your life. Two, that you connect with the person who you're trying to get life coaching from. Because if there's no connection, if there's no resonating with each other, then how are you going to be able to work with each other? How are you going to be able to progress? How are you going to be able to succeed? How are you going to be able to grow? Like, you're not. So it's just a couple of things that are important. You know what I'm saying? But I love doing this, you guys. And I wish I would have found it before. But it wasn't meant to be in my life back then. It's meant to be in my life now. And I know that I'm good at it because of my passion. I know that I'm good at it because of my empathy. I know that I'm good at it because of my compassion. And I know that I'm good at it because of my life. The things that I go through. My experiences. You got the key? Or you're going to leave the door? Okay. My experiences, they help me help others. And that is just satisfying, because I'm not going through all of this for no reason. I'm going through all of this to help whoever out there that needs it. And that's exactly what I'm here for. And that's it. That's about it. Well, I'm going to eat my lunch because Bill just warmed it up. And thank you so much for listening. If you guys can share, like, comment, subscribe, follow. I would greatly appreciate the support, for real, for real. I know my kids appreciate it. They kind of get excited every time I go, hey, we got a new follower. But we do appreciate you guys from the bottom of our hearts. Don't ever think that we take you guys for granted, because without you guys, we wouldn't be where we are now. Have a blessed rest of your day, okay? And be mindful of how you treat others, please. Thank you so much. And don't forget to make today count, for tomorrow ain't promised to nobody. So let's make yesterday jealous. Be blessed.